So thank you for joining me today. I'm here with Donna Mintz. She's a certified integrative health coach and founder of the Living Rewired Success Path. Donna Mintz is a certified integrative health coach with more than 2 decades of experience as a personal chef, personal trainer, and certified functional medicine nutrition expert. She helps men and women over 40 reset their metabolism, lose weight, and reclaim their energy by working with their biology instead of fighting it. After
Yeah.
years of relentless stress that led to hormonal changes and metabolic collapse, Donna used her deep knowledge of food, movement, and nutrition to rebuild her health and lose the weight that once felt impossible to shed. The journey became the foundation of her 5-stage transformation framework, the Living Rewired Success Path, and her upcoming book, Weight Loss Rewired: Reset What Diets Broke, Restore What Your Body Always Knew. Known for her no-nonsense style and evidence-based approach, Donna teaches audiences how to balance blood sugar, break free from diet myths, and build a body that works at every age. So welcome, Donna. We're so glad to have you here at Quantum Healing International. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So your book is called Weight Loss Rewired. What does rewire to weight loss? What does that mean, and how is that different from the way most people approach it?
So I help people rewire their hormones. What we don't realize is that the way we were told to lose weight, cut calories, calories in, calories out, eat less, move more, destroyed our hormones. It actually damaged our bodies. So I help people fix what diets broke
That's
and
awesome.
get
So,
back to what their bodies know. I help
right.
them rewire.
So when you worked as a chef and a trainer and functional medicine expert, you have all this background that shapes the way you healed yourself. And how does that work when you help others?
Well, so I help people create a healthy lifestyle
Hmm.
based around nutrition and cooking and movement, building strength. I take all my background and I use it on myself. I mean, this is a lifestyle that I live. And then I help people how to I teach people how to do it. And it's just really a lifestyle. It's not about the cutting calories. It's not about not eating the cake. It's really about, number one, accepting the fact that we were given the wrong information and we need to do things differently, and stop beating ourselves up because the diet dogma told us that we were bad when we failed. And it had nothing to do with us. It had to do with, they set us up to fail. They set us up to destroy our biology.
So what are some of the things that you tell people to do that's different from what they've been hearing? You're saying it's not about counting calories and it's not about not eating the cake. What are some of the things that you do to that you do to tell people to do?
So we start with nutrition. It always boils down to nutrition. It's about nourishing your body. It's about eating real food. It's
Hmm.
about eating, like really eating. I don't cut calories. We don't cut out food groups. We actually add food in. I teach people to build their plate around protein, a healthy fiber, healthy fat. That's how we build a plate. When you do things like this consistently, that's what's important.
Yeah.
So when you have the cake once, it's not going to destroy anything that you have built. So I've never told a client that they can't eat the cake. The problem is when the cake becomes a consistent thing. So I really teach people to build consistency around nourishing their bodies, eating to fuel their bodies.
Right.
Food is information for your cells. When you eat something, it has a conversation with your cells and your cells act. So we have three macronutrients. We have fat, we have fiber, we have protein. Your body needs them all. When we cut something out, we're not giving our bodies what it needs to function. So I teach people to give their bodies what it needs to function. When we start feeding ourselves and nourishing ourselves in that way, it's really amazing how Like the brain fog will lift. You'll have more energy. You'll start sleeping better. All these amazing things start to happen to the body when you nourish it properly.
Right. When you're giving your body the fuel that it needs, it's sort of like the way I explain it to people is if you're giving gasoline to a diesel engine, it's not going to work very well because it's the wrong
Yep.
fuel. So what's the
Exactly.
right fuel for your
Exactly.
engine? Yeah.
Exactly. But we also have to get away from the calories in, calories out. Part of the other part of that is like we feel we have to earn our dessert. We have to earn our food, or we have to burn off last night's dinner because we went out and ate too much. And though that way of moving does not serve our over 40 bodies well,
Right.
it only
And
causes inflammation, and
right.
inflammation causes more weight gain.
Absolutely. So people over 40 feel like their body's broken when it comes to weight loss.
Yes.
From
Mhm.
your experience, what's really happening in their metabolism? What do they need to understand first? What's the first thing they need?
It's not their fault. We have to stop beating ourselves up. It's not our fault. We did what we did all those many years, what we were told to do because by people who were supposed to care about us. We felt that they wanted to take care of us, so we listened. I know I was there. I was one of those people with a megahorn and a whip, and I thought I was doing the right thing. Um, that's really the first thing. We have to just stop beating ourselves up. We are not broken. The system that we were that we were fed, that's what was broken. And then just be kind to your body. I mean, we have to stop abusing it. Your body is not going to release weight if it doesn't feel safe.
Right.
If you are constantly cutting food groups out and not giving it what it needs, or spiking your blood sugar all the time, or doing these crazy workouts that create more and more inflammation, your body is not going to feel safe to lose weight.
Right. Yeah, you have to feel that you're in a safe space and that it's okay for you to
Yes.
be who you are. And that kind of
Yes.
leads to the work that I do with people in their emotional state and what's running
Yes.
under what's their subconscious telling them. Because your
Absolutely.
subconscious is what's creating your physiology. So if your subconscious is saying you're in danger all the time and you're
Yes.
stuck in fight or flight, going to be really hard to lose that weight. So that's really interesting. But you're saying it's not about willpower. And I think also that food companies tell us things that aren't true and put ingredients in food, which I like to say, food isn't made of ingredients. Food is made of food. It shouldn't have, if you can't pronounce the ingredient in the food, it's not food. It's not it.
Yeah. So I did some work many, many, many years ago when I was a chef well, I worked in restaurants, number one. And I did some work for a company that did one of the large companies. I can't talk about it, but they wanted a healthy snack. And they wanted a healthy snack based on, this is like, I don't know, 20 years ago, based on the definition of healthy of the day. What we all thought was healthy, what we were all told was healthy. And I worked so hard, created like 6 or 7 snacks, and they tasted really good. And part of it was they were taking my recipes. That was, I presented, they tasted, they loved, and they owned my recipes. And then somebody said to me, we appreciate you did all this work, but the way you have created these recipes, they're not marketable for us to make money. So what's going to happen is we're going to take them into the lab, and all your flavorings that you have real flavor, like basil and espresso beans and like flavor, are all going to be, natural flavors. Then they're going to be made in a lab, and and they would take my healthy snacks and make them healthy. It would make them Frankenfood.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
Yeah.
we talk about this a lot in alternative healing. I say alternative healing, there's only one healing. It's not an
Yes.
alternative. When in healing, when we're talking about food companies that don't really care about health. They
No,
care about how long the thing can stay on the shelf and how much they can make off of it. They're not
yes,
really interested in the health of people. And then they'll
no,
buy up the companies from the people who start to make things like that. Like Tom's isn't owned by Tom's anymore. It's
nope.
owned by Unilever,
I think,
probably.
yeah.
Um, there's only made three or four major food companies. So when we're buying things that are produced, that are, um, what's the word I'm looking for? They're created, like you said, Frankenfood. They look like food, they smell like food, they taste like food, but they're not food.
They're not food. And they're not having the right conversation with your body. They're
No.
having a conversation that is not going to lead you to health, wellness, and weight loss.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So tell me, what are some of the biggest myths, like we've just been talking about one of them, that you believe pe keeps people stuck? What's the truth instead?
Well, the whole calories in, calories out. The whole the whole you're broken. You have to want it more. The
Mm.
whole our that doctors actually know how to lose weight.
They don't study nutrition.
No, 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 no. I recently read an article out of Harvard that said uh, medical schools only legally in this country need to provide, I think it's 19 hours of nutrition
Right. And most
schooling.
of
I
that,
mean,
I've
that's
been told, is
ridiculous.
somebody standing in the front of the room making fun of nutritional supplements. And that's pretty much what they do for 19 hours, is they
Oh,
learn how
that's
bad all those things are, and they don't really look at any studies. They don't really actually
right,
study it. It's sad.
right.
And that's
Yeah.
the
And
standard American diet. Stat is sad.
yes, 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 yes. Um, I think we need to stop handing our health to somebody else. I think we need to take control.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of what I work with my clients to do. I educate my clients on how their bodies actually work. So I had mentioned food is information. So the different macronutrients you eat and the different vitamins and the minerals and the phytonutrients,
Yeah.
they all do something different in the body. So once you understand what foods are doing in your body, it's it's kind of interesting to hear people see people have that like aha moment, like, oh my God,
Mhm.
really? This, I'm putting this in. This is the conversation my cells are having, and it's leading to this health issue.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
find it fascinating. And people, we're so much smarter than the diet industry gives us credit for. But we've just the dogma and the marketing is so powerful. And it has been so powerful since the 50s.
Absolutely.
None of
We have
this
this
stuff
mass
is,
media and television, and it can just throw anything at you, and
yes.
people believe it. And the fact is that they're just trying to sell you more stuff so they can get your money. It's a
That
business.
Yes, that is what the diet industry, that's how the diet industry makes money. They keep you, it's built on our failure.
Hmm. Yeah.
If we keep failing, we keep coming back for more.
Hmm. That's right.
And that is how they make money.
Yeah. Fear causes people to buy. Just look at what happens if there's a storm coming and you go to the grocery
Oh
store.
God, yes.
So, but keep people in fear, they're going to buy more. They're going
Yes,
to
exactly.
consume. They want to consume. They want you to consume their stuff. Consume it, consume
Yep,
it. And
yep.
that's why I was very disappointed when one of our leaders said many years ago, be a good consumer. No, no, be a good citizen, not a consumer. It's not about how much we consume. It's about whether we're being a good citizen. And here's the part that is the big disconnect for people. When you have someone in authority saying that to you, then how do you justify you rebelling against that? Well, that's your free will. So We have to use it.
That's
We
the
have to
problem.
exercise it. We have to have some critical thinking. And that's why I'm
Yes.
so glad about your book, because people need so much to learn this. And I'm so grateful that you're on the planet doing this work, Donna.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Tanya. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. It's something that I've been living myself. It's something that I started doing and then felt so because I came to it very sick. Um, from just I was diagnosed
Mhm.
with SIBO and leaky gut, all while
Mm.
going through perimenopause and
Oh,
the brain fog and my
that's
hair
the
falling out.
trifecta.
And, oh yeah, oh yeah, and achy joints and not being able to sleep, but not being able to stay awake and having to take naps and just my whole body ached. I couldn't function, and my regular doctor told me, "Oh, sorry, honey, you can't. You're going to have to live with this." And I had been already rooted in the holistic world, and
Mhm.
I lost myself in when my mother passed away, and then and my father was so ill for 7 years. I kind of lost myself, but I still had this knowledge. I knew how to nourish my body. I knew how to take care of myself, but I was so focused on him that I just let
Mhm.
myself just crash in. And when I finally found a great doctor, a great functional medicine doctor who just really listened and did all this blood, 20 vials of blood the first time I had blood work done and really got to the nitty gritty. And it really, when I started to feed and nourish my body better and move in ways that felt good to my body instead of abusing it. And then
Yeah.
I had already been detoxing my world of the toxins around me, but stress management and just sleeping and recovering and allowing my body to do what it needed to do was just such an awakening for me. So when I started to talk to my clients about doing this, they were
Mhm.
slowly implementing the things that I had been talking about and having these amazing results. It just became an aha moment that, yeah, I need to do this and I need to write a book and I need to continue my own health and weight loss journey because it works.
Yeah, it's amazing what we can do when we put our minds to it. I'm going to put all of Donna's links in the chat and so people can see them, and I'll also put them underneath this so that people can get a hold of her. And I'm telling you, she is on the right track. This is what we see when we're talking with people about what's going on with them, is this disconnect between what they're putting in their bodies, how they're treating themselves, what they're saying to themselves about how they treat themselves,
Yes.
and what that subconscious emotion is that's buried in there. We take on so much from other people as we're children, and we don't have
Yep.
any way of filtering out what's true and what's not. So let's not be children about this. Let's be grown-ups. Let's take the reins of our own health and really move it forward in a way that's empowering to everyone. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Donna. I really appreciate
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome.